Yeah, that's me. And no, I'm not hungover or sick. I'm actually healing from Kambo, an indigenous medicine applied to the skin that comes from a frog in the jungle.
Ritual that the natives do. That sounds really stupid. That sounds dangerous and not fun.
People think you're part of a cult.
We're burning ourselves. That was the most intense experience of my life.
Feeling suicidal when I first took it.
When we're taking a poison that is collected off of a frog that grown men climb 40-foot trees to capture after rain.
Whoa, everyone needs to do this.
Oh, Great Spirit. My name is Devajit, also known as Andre Guerrero Sandoval. I'm here to continue being of service to Mother Earth. All the earthlings feel called to the space to work with these sacred medicines, help facilitate a safe ceremony for all to heal. I ask you, Great Spirit, continue to bless me and my family with good health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and everything we need to continue living a happy, healthy, and holy life.
These men are about to embark on a journey of Kambo, an intense experience, each of which will do so for their own reason, not knowing what the outcome will be.
After some deep prayer, I have found out from the universe that my mission is to prioritize meditation, to find inner peace, and then second is to help create a peaceful planet.
What causes people to seek out such drastic means of healing themselves? What happens in one's life that brings them to the moment of surrender, wherein they are kneeling before a plastic bucket, profusely purging their insides with such pain and despair? This is the question that I sought out to understand, and to do so, I spent time with 3 different healers.
Very uncomfortable physiological effects such as nausea, vomiting, sweating, elevated heart rate, heat flushing, tingling sensations, diarrhea, cramping. So it's not very fun, but afterwards people report these absolutely amazing physical, spiritual, and emotional benefits that are just unrivaled by other modalities.
So the frog, he lives like high up in the trees and he's nocturnal and he comes out at night, and they don't have any known predators, so they're pretty fearless. And what I have witnessed, even being in the jungle, that I kind of understood from seeing the frog is that they're basically teaching us how to be more like them, like fearless. So there's this energy of removing fear. So there's a lot of that happens. So people I've served a while ago, I'm witnessing them now stepping into their power, like just removing a lot of blocks and fears.
Oh, yeah, peace God, peace everybody. A lot of people may know me as Devajit Singh from my yoga healing studio, 8 Chakra Studio. I also go by my real name, Andre Sandoval. If I want to label myself, which I really like to do, I would call myself a medicine man.
My name is Caitlin Thompson. I'm the founder of Medicine Frog Kambo, which really just started as my personal business, but it's now growing into something greater and far more impactful than I thought it would be.
So my name is Heather, and I am a master Kambo practitioner, and I was trained with the Kambo International Association.
Hold up. You're probably wondering, what's all this crazy stuff about? Well, let me tell you the story. I set off into the northeast countryside of LA in Agua Dulce to meet with the first healer. At this point, I knew very little about Kambo. I hadn't even seen it in person yet, but my journey of watching people throw up was about to begin.
So, how's everyone feeling?
Great.
Happy to be here?
Yes.
I'm happy to be here. So why don't we all stand up and let's form a big circle. Let's get a little closer together so that we can actually link hands.
What you're witnessing here is the opening of a ceremony in which 8 Kambo teachers in training for their first time will be administering the medicine to 8 daring volunteers, some of whom will be receiving the medicine for their first time, and it's all being guided by Caitlin, also known as Pony.
I've been a Kambo practitioner for almost 9 years, and more recently evolved more into leadership roles in training new practitioners, leading jungle expeditions of existing practitioners to indigenous communities that work with this medicine traditionally, and also pioneering scientific research on Kambo. People sometimes ask me, why did you choose to be a practitioner? And the truth is that I didn't. I really feel like this medicine chose me. It's not something I sought out or pursued. It more just fell into my lap. The first time I heard about Kambo was in 2011. I was in Iquitos doing an ayahuasca retreat. I was 21 years old, and it was my first time doing ayahuasca. And I heard someone at the retreat talking about this ritual that the natives do, and I thought, that sounds really stupid. That sounds dangerous and not fun, and I don't understand why anyone would ever do that. But then I actually did go home and I looked it up and I saw, someone's actually isolated the peptides from this frog. And I'm like, that's very intriguing. Didn't think much of it. And then 5 years later, a friend came over and he's like, yeah, I've been going deep with this frog medicine. And then he explained to me the benefits he had been experiencing. And no one had actually told me the good reasons of why you would do Kambo. So I was like, dude, take me with you next time. So he did. And at that point in my life, it was really just out of curiosity and exploration. But there was something else going on in that period of my life where I was just starting to realize that I had been chronically ill for most of my life. But I was born sick, so I actually didn't know that the way I was moving through the world wasn't normal because I had no contrast. And so around this time, I was just starting to figure out that something wasn't right. And I was making dietary changes. I was exploring with supplements and nutrition. And then the Kambo came along and was surprisingly profound in unexpected ways for my autoimmune condition. So I started accidentally improving my health simply by exploring with Kambo. And that was the beginning of this beautiful relationship that evolved for me. It just exploded after that and it never slowed down. And I got completely swept up in this force of the spirit of Kambo. And I really feel like it just chose me and kind of made me its puppet.
Watching Pony work was amazing. I could tell that her students really trusted her, and through her, the volunteers also felt safe. This wasn't her first time, as I later learned. She had traveled to the indigenous lands, spending time with the locals to gain the strength and wisdom that she carries.
I used a lot of psychedelic drugs before I found Kambo. I was already pretty deep into that. And And I actually started in the rave scene where I was just taking MDMA and LSD because I found myself enjoying being part of a community, of the rave community, and the open-heartedness. And I was, loving myself and loving others. But then I sort of started developing these deeper spiritual perspectives as I continued to explore mind-altering substances. So I already had a pretty deep spirituality before I came to Kambo, but Kambo has expanded my spiritual perspectives in a way that no other medicine has. It's so incredibly unique. It's unlike any other substance I've encountered on this planet, and it really is its own dimensional space that you can occupy. It's not a psychedelic, it's not a hallucinogenic drug, but it is mind expansive in its own way.
I was invited by Pony and her students to stay on this beautiful property for 2 days to get an inside look at what it takes behind the scenes to get prepared for such a ceremony.
Oh, that's what I knew was EO.
Thanks, Jose.
That's what I thought his name was.
I remember the EO.
I was
planning to be here.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna set up in the morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We have fancy
I
time.
got myself in the morning. I'm gonna go right here.
No, I was about to take the kids.
Oh, well then I'll go right.
Because we
need to
just
be
said that
like
maybe we can have
either two per wall.
The students were amazing people with their own reasons of being there. I had the chance to interview a couple of them, one being Chris.
Provided their own.
How you feeling about it?
Well, I'd like to see people finding empowerment, finding new roots, going, oh, there's this medicine I can commune with, but it's all happening inside myself. It's not about me as a facilitator. It's not about Pony as a teacher. It's about them and the medicine. And I find that to be really empowering in a system that's always telling you to, don't educate yourself, don't worry about it. Let these authority figures tell you how to take care of yourself. But by the numbers, it's not working out. We live in a very affluent society, and we live in one of the sickest societies, and it just keeps getting sicker. So I'm not saying there's no place for Western medicine, but we need adjuncts, and we need Western medicine to humble itself and not be so arrogant that at the same time, while it's making a sick population, it's telling people that it knows everything and almost strategically banning anything else that's not safe. And I don't see their medicine in many, many cases as safe either. So when someone gets a medicine outside of these systems and their eyes open, what else is there? That's exciting to me.
Another amazing student that I had the chance to speak with was Bear.
So tomorrow, you're going to administer the medicine to somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
You've never met.
I'm so excited. I believe a lot of their experience, whoever I'm getting paired up with, is relying on me appearing confident in the work that I'm doing. We are witnessing people in their most vulnerable state. And when someone is so used to being prey or being hunted or being attacked in some way, like that can awaken things in someone that they didn't even know were still hiding. We're burning ourselves, right? We're burning ourselves, and we're taking a poison that is collected off of a frog that grown men climb 40-foot trees to capture after rain. That's crazy. But you know what else is crazy? Sitting in pain for year after year after year and not finding any solution for it.
The silent suffering within the many experiencers must have been so heavy that they decided Kambo could surely help them. But what is Kambo? What secret does it hold that can possibly help heal the world?
What is Kambo? It's traditionally served through a little burn on your skin, a little stick, a little tamishi, they call it, which basically just removes the first layer of their skin, and which allows the frog medicine and all the peptides and compounds to go into your body through the lymphatic system.
The skin secretion of a very specific type of tree frog called Phylomedusa bicolor.
Basically 30 to 60 seconds it moves through the entire lymphatic system. So when you put it on, you can feel it, basically the blood rushing through your body. It has over 13 bioactive peptides.
These bioactive peptides that are contained in this secretion enter the body and have a number of really potent physiological mechanisms of action and have amazing health benefits that we're just starting to tap into.
It's basically seeking your body for imbalance. So things that are potentially stuck energetically, physically.
It's traditionally served to get rid of what they call the venema, which is negative energy, bad luck. It's like a fog, right? It's clouding your aura, right, and your mind. It's about a 15 to 20 minute experience, more or less, of just purging.
So you can purge in one of 4 ways. You're either gonna have a vomit, a bottom purge, you're gonna sweat, you're gonna cry. Some people laugh. It depends on, what needs to move. Sometimes people just need a good cry, and that's all that happens.
It's not psychedelic, you're not tripping out, you're not in other dimensions like mushrooms and ayahuasca. This is really more present. We call it getting well. These medicines, whether we're doing ayahuasca, peyote, mushrooms, they don't make you sick. They heal us from the sickness that's already within us. Sometimes people say, oh, I did Kambo and I got sick. Like, no, you're already sick. You're doing Kambo to help purge out that sickness. As you heal yourself, you're awakening your body to kind of heal itself on a deep cellular level, mind, body, soul. Yeah, I mean, you tell someone, hey, I'm gonna burn you with this little stick, put this frog medicine on you, and throw up for 15 minutes. You're crazy, man. You're dealing with this medicine. I tell people all the time, it's been around for thousands of years.
The reasons why people think it's crazy is their own patterns or opinions, things that could be their own blocks that they don't even realize. So a lot of the time, my approach with that would be like, well, why do you think that? And yeah, but I'm like, that's fine if somebody thinks that. That's their opinion,
It's just a quick, 15, 20 minute experience, People are like so quick to go, go out to the bar, go get drunk, which is going to be drunk for hours. And, if you drink too much, what happens? You throw up, right? So it's like, that's more obviously accepted into society, but it's a totally different purge.
Maybe it's not your thing. That's okay. Because the truth is there's not enough of it for everyone. And we are going to run into sustainability concerns at the rate of popularity that this medicine is increasing in people's awareness.
Thousands of years ago, there was this prophecy. There would be this time of the eagle and the condor when the eagle of North America would come together with the condor of South America, and we would be sharing our offerings with the world, basically. And so what that means is that, like, the preservation of nature and the sacredness of what South America can provide can basically heal the world. And then our industrialism can help them. So there's this whole thing happening now where we're coming together, and that it's going to actually shift the vibration of the planet.
What made these healers special is that each of them not only spent time in the jungles where Kambo is sourced, but had personal relationships with the people and teachers of the indigenous lands. This medicine and its possibility is no simple matter for them. To them, it is a powerful medium, one that under careless hands could fade into oblivion.
They actually took us all to the jungle in September of last year, so I got to actually train with the tribes and get the experience to work with the frog directly. So that was definitely the most pivotal moment in my journey of serving Kambo, getting to go there. They're so supportive, and like they just want to share the love of this medicine, and you know, they work with it as young as babies 6 months old. They like put it on children. I mean, it's part of their culture. The idea of them sharing it with us, like they're very much for it, and they encourage us to like use the medicine and just continue using it. It's incredible to witness like how supportive they are and how much they love us coming there. You know, there's just so much incredible synchronicity of like what's happening right now.
Heather was preparing to serve two of her friends who were experienced with Kambo and returning to the medium for new reasons. She and her participants were kind enough to let me be a silent witness to the magic that took place.
I was at a like rock bottom point. I think that's like a lot of people's stories, but I was suffering from a lot of things. I had depression, anxiety, PTSD, some pretty traumatic things that happened to me early in life. And I was coping with alcohol, drugs, all sorts of things. And then I found Kambo, let's see, when was it? It was in 2020, I think. And I sat with it a few times, and I wasn't like completely sold at first just because I didn't really understand what was happening. But after I sat with like the right practitioner and I started to understand and see like what it was doing to me, I noticed myself like I wasn't drinking as much. I was able to get off pharmaceuticals. I was on SSRIs, Adderall. I got off quite a bit of things, and now I don't drink. I don't take any pharmaceuticals. I mean, it's just tremendously helped my life in so many ways, to just help me be my like true sovereign self and like really just be okay with being me. And I'm really thankful because it's changed my life in so many ways, and I'm like so grateful that I get to share it. So it makes me so emotional because I'm like, I feel very honored to get to share that with people now. So it's great. When I first started serving, I was sitting with that at least once a month, like for my own practice, to like just develop a personal relationship with it so that I could go to the depths of the depths with it, so that I could hold space for people that go to the depths, so that I know what, you know, they're working through. I think I've gone to the depths of that medicine. So I definitely feel very confident in being able to share it. Especially my experience in the jungle. They actually served us Kambo fresh off the frog, which was very intense, but they also served us Kambo mixed with hape up the nose, and that was the most intense experience of my life. Oh my gosh, it was like, it's like I don't even have words for how intense that was, because when it goes up the nose, it goes straight into your mucous membrane, so it's like so fast in your brain. It's almost like you don't have a chance to like your brain just goes offline because it's so overwhelming. I don't recommend that. But I would say like in terms of my training and teachings, like that was definitely a divine orchestration for me to have that experience, because I feel like I survived that. So, you know, even if somebody's feeling the worst of the worst, I know that they're going to be okay.
The next part of my mission led me to Santa Ana, specifically to the back of this vintage green home belonging to a yoga master, where I met one of his students, Andre. And here you are witnessing Andre prepare himself a serving of hrape. Most ceremonies begin with a serving of this medicine, which is taken up the nose. It is an intense cleansing of the sinuses and spiritual body, perfect in preparation for Kambo.
Whether I'm, buying rapé medicine, Sananga, bracelets, combo, everything. I'm usually sourcing from different people, different tribes. I was, buying, combo from the Mati tribe for many years. And before I finally all right, let me just, I'll buy these other people who've been talking to from, the Katakina tribe or whatever, had these other affiliations with Huni Kun or other tribes, and just try to, try other medicines. About 8-9 years ago, working with these medicines, we were creating this nonprofit called 7 Generations Foundation, which is basically a family-based nonprofit organization based on building alliances with other organizations, other people who all share the similar mission, which goes beyond serving combo and all that stuff. Is just basically helping the indigenous save the rainforest. Because beyond everything that we do, all the blessings that we have, there's a reason why the indigenous are sharing these medicines. They know exactly where their medicine's being sent to, they're mailing it or whatever. They know what we're using it for, especially if we're posting videos or we're transparent with all our work and everything. They're happy to be supportive because they know the healing of the earth that's happening, and they know these medicines is helping humanity heal. And so for us as caretakers of this medicine or this work, we've been working with, like I said, multiple different tribes, and we're going to be launching this whole nonprofit this year, and it's just there's a lot of work that's been going on behind the scenes, which we're already been working on, and it's a whole nother rabbit hole I wouldn't get into, but it's one thing I felt like as like I said, caretakers of this medicine that we needed to do. And because this medicine is kind of becoming more popular, and with that popularity, you get the pros and cons, as medicine being, shared, maybe with not so much sacred intentions or just, but yeah, I'll leave it at that, more or less.
Andre prepared a men's circle that day, which led to some amazing breakthroughs for those involved. It was inspiring to watch him and his team work together. Andre is a professional in these types of things. As I learned, he had a lifelong journey surrounding the spiritual.
But I would say in my youth, I was more of a political activist. I was really conscious and activists, always going to these demonstrations, marches, everything you name. Since I was a teenager. Eventually, everything kind of morphed after my near-death experience. I would say into more of having that spiritual awakening in my 20s, where I nearly died. After my near-death experience, being raised Catholic, not really understanding everything, or I'd say that was like biggest spiritual awakening, coming out of a coma and learning to walk again. All that stuff I had to go through was a real like rebirth, process eventually, but it was I would say the catalyst for my spiritual awakening, which put me onto this path, which I am where I'm at now, and I lived a wild life, I'm not gonna lie, I was really, just living it up as my youth right here, and got onto all the good stuff you could think of, I didn't really get carried away into negative, bad, heavy drugs, street drugs and stuff, but I was the most, I wasn't the most the angel you see. I was a little hooligan, running amok, on the streets, up to no good, kind of like trying to defy the system or whatever. It was just a rebellion against, and but yeah, I would say it took nearly died and a couple mushroom trips experiences to really have that spiritual awakening and realize there was much more to life than we've been told. And I felt like that was I felt like when Matrix came out, it was around the same time, like a year or two around, and I felt like I was Neo with the red pill and like nearly dying, coming out, eating mushrooms. And I was just like, that's it. Like, I was like, but yeah, it's kind of led me down this wild path to being, like I said, a medicine man. If I was to label myself, I don't like to label myself. People go, oh, you're a shaman or you're this or that. Nah. That's the biggest red flag when someone calls themselves a shaman. I'm like, red flag. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, honestly, like, I don't like labels, and we're spiritual beings, having this human experience, and I don't want to just put myself in a box, because I'm much more than that. So I heard about it many, I probably would say like in 2010, 2011, I really started going down the rabbit hole. I already was working with, mushrooms and LSD at the time. I was living in New York a little bit, and around that time, and I knew about it, but I was like, I didn't really have no urge or intention to do it. Came back here around 2012 to my hometown, Santa Ana. Made it into the peyote ceremony with the Native American church. That really kind of just shifted me into being more conscious with the medicines and everything, and got offered to do Kambo after one of the peyote ceremonies, and still didn't know too much about it, and like I spent the whole night already kind of like, getting well with peyote, and I didn't really want to do Kambo in the morning, which I probably should have in hindsight, but anyways, fast forward to about like 9 years ago, I had my healing studio in downtown Santa Ana. My wife had one in LA at the time. She was told she couldn't have any more children, knowing I wanted to be the father of also my own children and not just a stepfather. We saw it on Kambo. Within a week or two later, we're hosting ceremonies at her space in LA. Then like a week or two later, probably eventually, also my studio here in Santa Ana, and it just really snowballed from there. And not only healed my wife, it blessed us with 2 babies. I felt the only way I could be of service to it and repay it back was serve it. And that which made me, take it to the next phase of my life where I started really serving the medicine.
I had the opportunity to speak to some of the other participants, and just like the others, they all had their own reason for being there, and it was amazing to hear their stories.
I used to work in a casino, and I used to be around smoke all the time. So I was like 25, and I noticed I had like, my hair was thinning out bad. I was getting pale skin, bro. So it was pretty scary. And I saw the site. I saw Dre advertise, and then I knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't have money at the time. I finally had money. Shot through. Everything was perfect. The atmosphere. I did the private session, So it was. I felt real safe. The introduction was good, and then once I felt the private session, I felt comfortable being around other people, getting well. I wouldn't say immediately I saw the change, but it's more like the integration. So the integration is what was important. So to me, it's all about just like being the light at this point and just showing people it's possible to make those changes.
I remember the first time I took it, I was like really overweight. I kid you not, dude. I would go to the drive-through donuts and get some donuts before I get to yoga. And I was pretty in a bad place. I was depressed, and food was my way of dealing with it. It's like emotional eating, you can call it. So when I got there, and then after that we were hanging out, and he told me, he goes, I'm gonna be serving Kambo here Saturday. Do you want to come? And I was like, never heard of Kambo. I thought he was gonna be serving some kind of food, that was my way of thinking. And I go, no. And then he explained it to me. I go, you know what? Right now I don't feel really good. I'm gonna try it. And I kid you not, I was like actually feeling suicidal when I first took it, because I had just broken up with an ex-girlfriend that I was living with, and I had just bought a big ass truck that I was living in, and I broke down, so everything just wasn't working, And by taking one session of that, it just made me realize that whatever I was worried about, it wasn't really important, It just made me realize that life goes on, whatever. And it just gave me a really positive outlook on life. And then I just kept doing it, And then second time, when people start getting old, their spine starts bent forward and you start like walking like this and stuff. Like the second time I took it, I felt like it straightened out like 3 vertebrae on my back. And all of a sudden I was like more upright. And it's like, whoa, this feels good. And then like the second time, It was on my upper spine, the straighten out stuff, and I just felt like way taller and better. I think every time I've done it has done something for me, you know, whether I ask it or not, it just does its thing. So I'm 100% behind Kambo, you know, it's changed my life. And it keeps changing it for the better.
I wanted to do a deep clearing within my body, my mind, and in my spirit form. I've been feeling really stuck. I've been feeling really limited, and I wanted to feel a sense of freedom in myself. Anytime I come in and I have a problem or an issue, I always leave this place feeling so renewed, so refreshed, and just like a sense of freedom in myself. It saved my relationship with my now fiance, because we broke up because I didn't want to be a mom. I had so much, trauma with my own mom issues, and I've been doing a lot of work. But since I went to Kambo, I think last year, completely went away. All of my fears around it, all of my traumas that was living inside my body. I got back with my fiance. Now we're about to get married, but yeah, like Kambo is just, it's amazing. It helps you, or it helps me to feel free.
My name is Jose Alfredo Salce Carlin. I am the co-founder of Latino Dad Connection and Brown Men Rising. These are man groups essentially focused on helping brown men reclaim their power, return back to the corazon. I was very hesitant at first. Didn't know what I was getting myself into necessarily, but I knew that I wanted to heal. I knew that I wanted to become a better man than my dad was, and that I was modeled. So as I'm sitting here with Kambo and I'm purging, I hear my thought asking me, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself in this situation to throw up? And immediately, as soon as I asked that question, the answer came to me. And the answer was, because I love myself. Because I deserve healing. For myself, for my daughter, for my parents, for my grandparents, and future generations to come. I am that person who's willing to do the work, whatever it takes to break those generational cycles, break away from those patterns. And so I'm purging and I'm releasing. And ever since then, I've sat with Kambo multiple times, each time with the intention of focusing on healing something different. Today's Kambo ceremony was particularly special to me, as I came in with the intention of balancing my masculine and feminine energies. As I hold a lot of space for men, I'm oftentimes in my masculine energy. And so today, with the intention of remembering that as a man, it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel, it's okay to return back to my corazon. So these are my two dots today that are helping me come into prayer as a reminder that I am both the masculine and the feminine energy within me. When we come together in my heart, I'm able to give from that place with good intentions.
But the truth is, this medicine has left the jungle for a reason, and it is evolving and innovating to be adapted to the problems and the needs of Western culture.
The more we can surrender and drop into like the divine flow of where this life is taking us, I think the more magic unfolds for us.
Just realize that this medicine's always here, you know, because you may fall off the path, which I've seen many people do. So just follow your intuition, you know, and, you know, listen to your heart, and you should be all good.
So what is Kambo? After filming and interviewing all of these amazing people, the only thing left to do was to try it myself. In this world, where the institutions attempt to make us smaller than we really are, it's no wonder people are depressed and hurting. I understood why these people were searching for hope, for Kambo. Whatever Kambo is, a medicine or frog poison, it's powerful and life-changing. That is what Kambo is.
Viva!